Jamaica welcomes Ghana Armed Forces. A 54-member engineer contingent from the Ghana Armed Forces GAF arrived in Jamaica to assist in its recovery and rebuilding efforts following the passage of Hurricane Melissa. With the assistance of United States military airlift, the government and people of Ghana also sent relief supplies in addition to their personnel as part of their assistance to Jamaica. The Ghana Armed Forces contingent will be working alongside the Engineer Regiment, Jamaica Defence Force, to rehabilitate structures in Western Jamaica. Happy to see the Ghana Armed Forces in Jamaica. At this point, we need every help we can get. Even though Hurricane Melissa shows that the government was there unprepared and that Jamaica is not a real country. It doesn't matter the size of the country. You could be as big as America or an island as Jamaica. You're supposed to can rebuild back without external help. And if you can't rebuild back without external help, that means you are a child. On the global stage, you're a baby. You're not grow up yet. And if you don't have enough engineers to rebuild back your country, you're still in a problem again. It means your country go backwards, it now go forward. So even though you say wholeness, them a try go digital and talk about digital smart cities and a push digital currency needs and all them bagger every day, the country I go back way. I mean what me say, I go over the heads of a lot of people. I mean I say it again, if America need to rebuild back, they don't need no external help. If China need to rebuild back their country, they don't need no external help. If Japan need to rebuild back their country, them no need no external help. So if you know, you know. Jamaica has welcomed 49 Army engineers and 5 medical doctors from the Republic of Ghana to assist in the reconstruction and recovery efforts from the devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa on October 28th. Speaking at a reception for the soldiers on their arrival at the Norman Manley International Airport on December 18th, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator the Honorable Kamina Johnson-Smith, said Jamaica is grateful to the people and government of Ghana. We are deeply grateful that this engagement is demonstrating the depth of the Ghana/Jamaica partnership that has continued to grow and has been long-standing even before we entered diplomatic relations in 1968, the minister said. She noted that the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, answered positively and in a prompt manner to a request from Prime Minister the Most Honorable Dr. Andrew Holness, based on their conversation held only a few weeks ago. For his part, head of the Ghanaian team, Colonel Emmanuel Aisha, said their arrival on the island was smooth and they are looking forward to the construction activities. Ghana has a long-standing relationship with this country, dating back to the 1950s during our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We are very delighted and grateful that we have the opportunity to physically visit this country to consolidate the relationship Ghana has had with Jamaica, and we pledge that we are here to solidarize and work together, Colonel Aisha said. For his part, the Ghanaian president told the media in his country that the deployment underscores Ghana's commitment to international solidarity, humanitarian assistance, and the strengthening of ties between Ghana and the diaspora. You see, Jamaica has a personal and historical relationship with Ghana. A lot of our ancestors came from Ghana, West Africa. Some of them other parts of West Africa like Nigeria. The people them will live in a Montego Bay. Yes, those Jamaicans are the Nigerian sect. That's why Montego Bay people talk different from everybody else. Where they go, where they come. Yes, that's where the Nigerian ship with the Nigerian slaves dock right in a Montego Bay. So that's a little fun fact we a lot of Jamaicans don't know. So we're a mixture of predominantly Ghanaians, I would think, because Anansi's story come from Ghana in West Africa. And then, as Mr. Montego Bay people them come from Nigeria. You can hear it in how the Montego Bay people talk when you watch the Nigerian movies, you know. Where they go? Where they do that? Yes, Nigerian, West Africa. Remember, say the Nigerians are like the gods of scamming. So it's not an accident why the scamming energy is so strong and deeply centered in Montego Bay. Montego Bay was the central hub or the capital for scamming in Jamaica. So that scamming energy being in Montego Bay, it's not an accident. It's that Nigerian thing. A lot of people have not come to the realization that when you have 10 years worth of scamming and chopper song, that sets back your country several years back. So yes, Jamaica will be set back by decades because of this. But somehow we're not going to see it now. You see me? Somehow we're not going to see it when it's too late. When you have one whole decade and a whole generation grow and raise up under scamming chopper songs. So you will have a very negative outcome on the productivity of your country. And we are talking about future ramifications. So let me break it down for you now. Because this is why we have an engineering shortage in Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. Right now we have a skilled labor force shortage as well. And not just because all of them left Ghana, America and Canada or wherever. Our trust is still around. But the youths them not interested in that. The youths them want choppy line because they see that as more glamorous. And we are going to discuss even the part of wholeness play with the said chopper song them and the marketing and promoting of the said chopper song them. Because Prime Minister Andrew Holness play a big role with all of this. Jamaica needs more engineers. I don't know if nobody else recognize this, but the Jamaican society is, devolving. It is in a state of degeneracy where children are now looking up to scammers as role models. Scamming music is, promoting the scamming lifestyle and a market scamming lifestyle to the youth. So now when you have a whole generation will grow up on scam culture and scam music, you have man sing about back at the class, look what they done do, and he own GLE, and that is what's being promoted and marketed to the youth. The youth them now are gonna start compare and contrast them parents, them teachers, them principals, and I say, but wait, my teacher and the principal, them not drive no GLE, they not live no rich life. So now you have a whole generation of young people where say, me no need to take school seriously, me no need to take getting an education seriously because they might not get reprogrammed to think a different way. They are now being cultured by the music to think, say, all me need to go do a scam. I can scam for me in a high school, choppy line, bangy line. I don't want to no teacher, I don't want to no lawyer, I don't want to no engineer, I don't want to no mason or no carpenter or no electrician. Chop man want choppy line, dog. And when you have a whole generation of youth that think like that, the country's future start look bleak. They hear man singing a song say 100 million and nothing for them draw down and a show a rich lifestyle. Which option when you think you pick them in the classroom, them are go sway to or choose? They will be more inclined to choose the lifestyle of the chopper, the scammer. And this is where the Wholeness administration failed again. Recent times we say Wholeness come out and talk about, oh, we need to stop disinformation and misinformation, trying to prevent free speech or freedom of expression. You might try to kill it, you might try to get rid of it. You try to talk about them all past criminal libel laws and all them crap there. However, him never take the same heavy-handed approach to the chopper and the scam songs them where basically take root and bust and get big under his 10-year as his first 2 terms as Prime Minister. All of that happened under his 2 terms. The chopper song them then get big. Now that me mention it, come to think of it, why would Chopper 28 have a problem with choppers and chop song and chop lifestyle when him are the biggest chopper of them all? Him are like a king chopper. So I don't know if the Prime Minister was sleeping or he just never care, but the chopper song them got big under his 2 terms, and instead of banning the songs them, and I want to say ban, I mean a complete ban. You can't record them, they are illegal. It's illegal. You pass law, make sure say, yo, it is illegal for record scam songs. And you know why it's illegal? Because that is not the direction I want my country to go in. That is not the message I want the youths them to hear. We don't want to lead the youths them astray with that type of messaging, but instead leave the chopper lifestyle to be marketed and promoted amongst the mind of the youths. I know the songs them, take root in the consciousness of our young children. So now Jamaica is in a state where we short of engineers, we short of skilled workers. Enough young youth no want to learn a trade. They want easy life. They want to learn for choppy line. So Jamaica go backwards. So it's obvious that Jamaica short of skilled labor and we short of engineers. And with the amount of billions and trillions of tax dollars we get thief and stolen and misappropriated every year, I think the government can more than afford to make tertiary level education be free. Because if you really want to compete with countries like America, you build more universities. Every parish is supposed to have its own universities. If you want to compete on a global scale in the realest way as a tiny island, every parish has its own university and you make tertiary education free. That's just my opinion. I say with all of the billions and trillions of tax dollars with them a thief, if them never did a thief them money, a project like this could be funded easily. That's just how my brain works. We don't need a dunce society. We don't need a dunce culture, back of the class culture. We need an educated society with real critical thinkers. And Prime Minister Andrew Holness don't really care about actually doing, real or revolutionary things like those. Him already rich.